Good evening, everybody. I'm just getting people logged on.
What's up, sir?
Good evening. Hello, Jude. Hello, Toby. Do you need a lockdown haircut, Toby? Your hair's getting a bit long there, mate. Or is it a new look? You're going for it?
Is that lockdown here? Has to be saying.
Good.
Is
No,
that
lockdown here because it's so long. That might be how it stays, sir.
You like it long? That's awesome.
I think so. I'm not sure we'll be cutting it. Are we going to cut it? No. No.
Excellent. You're long enough to tie back soon if it's not already.
Well, can you not see it tied up? Turn around.
You
for
can
it,
see it
Master
tied
D?
up.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's got-
that's right. Yeah. Wow.
We've got two pigtails. We're just not quite long enough for one yet, but maybe by the end of lockdown.
It could be, yes.
Go back a bit. I just want to check you're in the screen. Yeah.
Looking good.
We're the only ones.
Hi,
Hi.
sir.
Hi, Tavisha.
no.
How are you? Okay, we'll get started. We'll just mute everybody while we do our oath and stuff. Sit up. Chon-Ji, take on. Raise your right hand and recite the tenets. Shijok, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. And recite the student oath. Gesok, I shall observe the tenets of Taekwondo. I shall respect the instructor and seniors. I shall never misuse Taekwondo. I shall be a champion of freedom and justice. I shall build a more peaceful world. Motto, rotating wrists. Hopefully we get out of lockdown soon, guys, because for no other reason, grading's approaching. Change direction. So make sure you're reading through your syllabus handbook. Elbows, so you know your theory, you know all the work you're supposed to know for your grade. Change direction. Arms back. And forwards. Feet apart, one shoulder width, torso. And hands on knees. And squat down. And stand up. Squat down. And back. Down. And back. Down. And back. Down. Back. Down. Back. Down. Back. Down. Back. Circle your legs outwards. Okay, Harry, just remember to turn your virtual background off. Otherwise, I can't see you. And legs inwards. Keep your hands up. Harry, turn your virtual background off or I can't see you when you move around. Hello, Greta. And hips. Change direction. Okay, we're going to warm up with some basic movements. I've just had to change my lesson plan because we had people tune up with different grades. So, starting nice and simply from here, crossing on top, forearm low block to the left, forearm low block to the right. Go left and right, left and right. I hope you've all remembered to go to the toilet before training tonight. Remember the hand on top is the one that does the low block. Harry, I'm not going to be able to give you useful feedback because you're going to keep disappearing from my screen with that virtual background. Big stances, Julian. You're a little bit short in those stances. Make them nice and big. Change to inner forearm middle block in walking stance. Nice big stances. Lock that back leg out. Make sure you leave space for your hips so you're full facing in your, so you got a shoulder width wide in your walking stance. Although you're half facing. Now change to forearm guarding block. Reach back and block forward. Remember to use your hips, just as we've been practicing over the last few sessions. Pull back and block forward. So you're finished for the position for this, Peter. You're in an L stance for this one. This hand is out blocking, and this one here is protecting my body. That's it. Lovely. The hand that's forward, my palm's facing outward. The hand that's back, my palm is facing towards me, facing up. Just go left and right. Yellow belts change to knife hand guarding block. Cohen, you change to knife hand guarding block as well. Julian, just watch your back leg, your back knee is pointing sideways, not forwards. Keep going. Okay, now change to knife hand side strike. We're going to cross on top. Half facing. Green stripes change to sitting stance, knife hand side strike. Yellow belts and white belts. L stance, knife hand side strike. We're going to cross on top. Change to walking stance, forearm rising block. Crossing on top. Nice big walking stances. Julian, make your stance a little bit longer. Make sure you're crossing on top. Remember to breathe. Now, white belts and yellow stripes. got a knife hand low block, and yellow belts and above, sang pomakmaki. White belts and yellow stripes, walking stance, knife hand low block. Yellow stripe, yellow belts and above, twin forearm block. Just going to change my camera angle slightly. Julian, bigger stances. You're a little bit short like this. You're going to be big. Lock that back leg, push it into the floor. That's better. Yes, much, much better.
Okay.
Okay, and come on. Go and grab a chair. Miss Tina Ann, I'm sorry I can't see your video. I haven't disabled it, so I'm not sure why I can't see, why you can't turn yours on. It's kind of an unusual one. Hopefully you'll be able to follow along. Okay, grab yourself a chair. One hand on the chair, other hand by your brain. If you haven't got a chair, you can do this without one, but it's just a lot easier with a chair. From here, gently lifting up, 12 front rising kicks each leg. Harry, with your camera angle, all I can see is the top of your head. Okay, 12 with the other leg. That's it. Good. Okay, next one, Ella and JJ, you'll need to offset so that you're not on the same line as each other for the next one. I'm going to put one hand on my chair, point that foot towards my chair. I'll just change my camera angle a little bit. Point my foot that's on the ground points towards the chair, other hand by my brain, and open my knee. Lift my leg. There you are, man. Awesome. Okay, chair on the other side. Point your supporting foot towards the chair, other hand by your brain, and side rising kicks. Okay. Last one. Not really. Those previous ones actually blocks as well as stretches. This one's just a stretch. Both feet pointing towards towards the chair. Look over your shoulders. You kick up behind. When you've done those, grab a mouthful of water. Welcome, Jax. You'll need a chair. Get yourself a chair, Jax. Okay. Now, working through the trajectories of kicks. That's why we're going to keep our chair here so we don't have to worry so much about balance. First up, nice and easy with front snap kick. Lift your knee nice and high. Point your foot forward when you extend. And then pull it back and down. Now, for those of you that were in our class a week or so ago when we worked on hip motion, you'll also be thinking about the little movement of your hip going forward when you extend out. Okay? So remember, it's not a rising technique. I'm not doing this. See how my foot's rising up? It's got to go forward. So I have to lift my knee up, and then my foot's going forwards and going into the target this way. That's a front snap kick, okay? Kicking with the ball of the foot. So one hand on the chair, and we're just going to do that motion gently. So not fast, just working through the motion. It'll build your leg strength as well. Keep your other hand up by your brain. Okay, just do 10 of them each leg. Lift that knee nice and high. Julian, lift your knee up first. That's better. You've got to lift your knee first and then kick out. Okay, once you've done 10 each leg with the chair, just put the chair to one side. From walking ready stance, do 10 each leg without the chair. And 10 the other leg. Good. Okay, we're going to get a little bit more complex. Chon-Ji, turning kick. Remember, turning kick is designed for an opponent to your side front. So not directly this way, not directly this way, but on an angle this way. So we're going to do the same thing as we did with front snap kick. One hand on the chair, other hand on my brain. Lift, out, back, down. You got to pull your foot back for this one so that you can kick with the ball of the foot this way. It's a snapping motion. Okay, so one hand on the chair, 10 kicks each leg. Notice you have to pivot your supporting foot. It starts facing towards the camera and it pivots towards the chair when you kick. Come on, Tanisha. Pull the foot back. Get the other hand up by your brain. Make it a habit. Your kicking foot will be slightly down at the moment of impact. Lift and horizontal with the leg. Good, see some good motions. Lift the knee out, back, and down. Pivot that supporting foot. This 10 iron, make sure you're just pivoting that supporting foot so your kicking foot can point downwards rather than sticking up. And just watch your ankle position. So it's sticking down. That's it. Lovely. That's very good. Okay, once you've done 10 each leg with your chair, put your chair aside, start in the guarding block and do 10 each leg without the chair. Now remembering, when you're doing 10 each leg without the chair, I'm still kicking on an angle. Okay, guys, remember that chat is for questions, not for inane chatter. Focus on your training. From here, 10 of those each leg. Keep that back hand up by your brain when you kick. Good. Good pivot of the supporting foot. Watch that foot angle. Your foot's going into the target, not sticking up. It's got to point inwards. Here, not here. Remember to try and kick from the ground and get your hip involved. Okay, good. Make sure you're pulling that foot back, Aaron. Not pushing it, pointing it forward like a front kick. Pull it back, toe towards your knee. Pull your toes back towards your knee. Okay. Good. Okay. We've done front snap kick, which is white belt. We've done turning kick, which is yellow belt. We're going to go back one to yellow stripe and do a side front snap kick. So this time I'm going to face my chair, one hand on my chair, other hand by my brain, and I'm still going to kick towards the camera. So it looks very much like a front snap kick, but it's sideways instead of forwards. So the foot that's on the ground is pointing sideways to the kick. So just slowly, same thing, got to lift the knee up, 10 each leg. Turn my hips towards the target. My body will be half facing when I kick, not full facing like it is with a front snap kick. But the kick itself is still coming straight forward. That's it, Caitlin. Just like a front snap kick sideways. It's not like a turning kick. That's it. Good, Caitlin. 10 of those each leg. Once you've done it 10 each leg, just move your chair to the side. And now we're going to do them without the chair. So from our guarding block, when we kick with the back leg from here, just watch for a moment. You'll notice when I do a kick with my back leg, like a front snap kick, the foot that's on the ground points straight ahead. Look at this foot here. They point straight ahead. if I use my front foot, so there's my back leg. If I use my front foot, my back leg is pointing sideways. So when I kick with my back foot, I'm doing a front snap kick because my body's facing forward and my foot's facing forward. If I kick with my front leg, with my body half facing on an angle here, and my supporting foot pointing sideways, this is a side front snap kick. Yob Chon-Ji. Yellow stripes have to know that. Okay, so I want to see 10 side front snap kicks each leg. I want to see you get some power from here with the front leg. Notice I have to bring my body weight back onto one leg. I can't kick like this without moving my body. I'll fall over. 10 each leg, go. Lift the knee up. And this time you're kicking sideways, not forwards. So notice I'm doing my stance facing this way. And I'm kicking this way. But my back foot's still pointing to the camera. Knee still comes straight up, not on an angle. Good, Jax. Lift the knee a bit higher. Good, Julian. That's it, Ella. Good, Tavisha. That's a good camera angle, Peter. I can see you a bit better that way. Now show me some kicks. And come on. Okay, so I want you all to know the difference between a front snap kick and a side front snap kick. You got to know the difference. Now, the previous kick that we did was our turning kick. With a turning kick, I was kicking on an angle this way. Okay, so if I turned sideways to the camera, I wasn't kicking towards the camera, I was kicking on an angle over here. This is a turning kick. Now, if you just watch for a moment at the way I'm standing, a front kick, like a front snap kick, is designed for a target in front of me. A side kick is designed for an opponent to my side. Side piercing kick, and we're about to do side turning kick. A turning kick is designed for somebody on this angle. So we're now going to do side turning kick. When I do that, my supporting foot points towards my chair and I kick in the opposite direction. But I'm still using the flicking motion of the turning kick. This way. This is a side turning kick. Okay, so I want to see 10 side turning kicks using your chair. So you can do them slowly, get a nice pivot, lift your knee, snap out and back. 10 kicks each leg, go. Don't worry about power when you're using your chair. Instead, work on your technique and lifting your leg up using your strength. Feel it's different from the turning kick because my body's not bent over as much. I'm extended out a little bit more. So I actually get more reach with this kick. So 10 of those each leg. This is called a side turning kick. This is a compulsory kick for yellow belts. So yellow belts, you have to know the difference between a turning kick and a side turning kick. Turning kick is compulsory for yellow stripes. Side turning kick is compulsory for yellow belts. Okay. Okay, once you've done your 10 each leg, Move your chair to the side, out of the way. Then we're going to do our side turning kick with the rear leg. Watch the difference. First, I'll demonstrate turning kick. I'll kick to an angle. I'll slow it down a little bit so the camera speeds can keep up. That's a turning kick. A side turning kick, I come all the way around here. All the way around to this part here. That's my side. And my supporting foot, the one on the ground, points all the way behind me. Okay, let's do 10 side turning kicks each leg. We've done 10 turning kicks on an angle. This time your side turning kick comes all the way around to the side. Feel the difference. Pivot your supporting foot all the way around. Come on, Trisha. Keep the knee and foot up. Watch your foot angle. At the moment of the kick, your foot's pointing slightly downward, just like it is for the turning kick. Not sticking up. Toby, watch your foot angle. Your ankle sticking up. You want to pull your ankle down. So your kicking foot can be slightly downward. That's it. Come on, Caitlin, show me some kicks. You got JJ, you got to pivot that other foot. Imagine there's a table and I've got to lift my leg over the table and kick over the top of it. So JJ and Ella, watch. Not this. If I put my chair in the way, I would kick my chair. You can't kick your chair. You got to lift over your chair. Lift over it. That's better. Good, Peter. A little trick for you, Peter. If you put that opposite hand by your ear, it'll help you with your balance. So watch this hand. Comes by my jaw. Come on, Tavisha, keep going. Pivot a bit further, Aaron. That foot on the ground has got to pivot further. It has to point all the way behind you. All the way behind you. This way, behind you. So watch. Watch my feet, Aaron. At the moment, you're doing it a bit like this. This foot's not turning enough. I have to open it all the way around so that I can get power from my hips. So when you do side turning kick, the foot that's on the ground points all the way around behind me. All the way around behind me. Go. Jack, show me a couple more. Ella and JJ, kick into the air, not into each other. Do a few more for me, Peter. That's it, Jax. Just trying to lift that knee. Lovely, Cohen. Just watch your pivoting foot, the foot that's on the ground, Cohen, and make sure it points the opposite direction of where you're kicking. Because you've got the flexibility, but you still need to get the power from your hips. Miss Tina Ann, watch the angle of that foot. Make sure your kicking foot is slightly downward, not sticking up. So make sure you turn, that's it. You'll turn that supporting foot. Aaron, pull your toes towards you. The foot position is like standing on the ground. It's not pointing your toes like tiptoes. It's here. So I can come this way. Same as turning kick. Don't point your toes forward for this kick, Aaron. Good, Miss Tina Ann. Okay, and come on. So we've done front snap kick, side front snap kick, turning kick, and side turning kick. Front snap kick designed for somebody in the front. Side front snap kick's actually designed for somebody over here. Turning kick's designed for someone on an angle, and side turning kick designed for somebody on your side. Now we're going to do side piercing kick, which we've done a lot of times before. It is one of our most difficult kicks that needs a lot of practice. So watch for a moment. The turning kick and side turning kick is a flicking motion this way. The piercing kicks are a stamping motion. Lift your knee and stamp. To do that, everybody do this now. Stand on the floor and then pull your big toes up towards your head. So you're only standing on the outside edges of your feet. Only the outside edges. Now do a little bit of walking on the spot like that. And feel that it's only the outside edges of your feet down towards your heel. That's your tool. That is called your balkal or your foot sword. We have knife hand and we have foot sword. Okay, so you're going to stamp on the opponent like that. So it's lift the knee and explode down to the target or across to the target. So get your chair again. One hand on the chair. Point your supporting foot towards the chair. Lift your knee up and your foot and then kick away from your chair, stamping. Knee comes back to your chest and then down. Knee up, stamp, back, down. Up, stamp, back, down. Try and keep both your shoulders up. Same foot position as the turning kick. Slightly downward at the moment of impact, not sticking up like this with my ankle. Slightly down. Okay, 10 of those each leg. You're flicking, Julian. I want you to stamp. Stamp, don't flick. That's better. Lift your knee and your foot up. Lift your knee as high as you can. And your foot. Caitlin, try and lift your knee a little bit higher. That's it. And then stamp. A little bit more stamping and a bit less flicking, Peter. You're flicking. I want you to stamp. Bring your knee towards your chest and then stamp out and bring it back. Okay, a little bit further to your chest. You two, Jacks. That's a flicking motion. Bring your knee closer to your tummy, to your chest, and then stamp behind you. That's it. Yes, that's it, Jacks. Bring it back the same way. Don't flick it back. Bring it back like back to your chest like you're stamping again. That's better. Come on, Ella and JJ. I want to see your side kicks. Side piercing kick. Okay. And come on, move that chair to the side. Now these kicks, you don't just do them twice or 10 times in a night and then go, I've got it now. This particular kick, a friend in Norway a number of years ago set us a challenge to do it 10,000 times each leg in a year. And I did that to work on my side kick, to improve my side piercing kick. 10,000 kicks each leg. That's about 30 or 40 kicks a day from memory. So you've got to practice. You've got to get your motion right and then kick and kick and kick to repeat. So now, without the chair, we're going to do 5 each leg with the front leg. Like this. Pivot the supporting foot. Watch the foot that's on the ground while I kick over that way. Okay. Keeping my backhand up on my jaw. We'll do 5 with the front leg like that. And then we'll do 5 from the back leg. So you've got to bring your leg all the way around to your chest, pivot, stamp, and then come all the way back. Go. 5 with the front leg, and then 5 with the back leg. Come on, Ella and JJ. Get up, show me your kicks. Good. Nice. Good, Toby. Just try and lift your leg a little higher, Toby. Use your strength to lift your knee and foot up higher. Come on, Peter. Show me your stamping. Use your front leg first. But make sure you're stamping and not flicking. Try and keep your shoulders open. Aaron, you're flicking like a turning kick. I want to see stamping like a piercing kick. Jack's looking good. Toby, you're stamping out very well. Make sure after you kick, you bring it back to your chest again. Don't stamp out and then bring your heel back to your bum. Stamp, retract. That's better. Come on, Peter. Julian, look where you're kicking. JJ, leave Ella alone and let her do her kicks. Good. Lift your knee and foot. Use your strength. Caitlin, don't go so high. Just think a little bit more of a stamp. A stamping motion. Come on, Tamisha. You need to practice this. That's a bit flicky, Julian. Bring your knee back. After you stamp out, bring your knee back to your chest again. Julian, watch. You're going stamp and then bring your heel back to your bum. Stamp, bring your knee back to your chest. So you can stamp again if you need to. Better. That's better. And come on, grab a drink. Christian, Peter.
Sir, can I go and fill my water bottle?
Yes, Tavisha, you can. Okay. And just come close to the camera for a moment. So with all of your kicks, think about and ask questions if you don't know. What's the purpose of the kick? What's the kick trying to do? What is the tool? What part of my foot am I using to kick the target? And how does the leg work to get that kick to happen? So a front snap kick here is very different from a turning kick here, which is very different from a side piercing kick here. Okay, so you've got to think, what am I trying to do with this kick? What is the target I'm aiming for? And how does my foot get there? And practice it a little bit on the ground like I'm doing now. Okay, and then practice it using a chair and feel that your technique is working, that you're doing the right thing. So just try a little bit on the ground now. Down on the ground, one leg, and then just do a few stamps like your side kick. And then do the flicks like a turning kick and feel just how completely different a movement it is. It's a completely different motion. And it's doing a different job. But you'll notice for almost all of our kicks, you have to lift your knee. Don't try to do any kicks without first lifting your knee. So watch this way for a moment. Sometimes young guys, I see you doing front snap kicks like this. That's like kicking a football. It's not the same motion. Lift the knee first, then out and back. Same thing with dodo-chagi. Lift the knee and foot, out and back. Side kick the same. Lift the knee and foot, out and back. Okay? Lift your knee and foot and think of the direction your movement's going. Okay, on your feet. Now, yellow belts, you're going to practice Dangun. Yellow stripes, you're going to practice Chon-Ji. White belts, you're going to practice 4-direction punch and 4-direction block. Green stripes, Dosan, practicing Dosan. So everyone practicing your own pattern. Now listen carefully. This is a really good way to practice your patterns at home. The first time you do it, we've done this a couple of times now, you go slowly. So you think about how the movement works. So if I'm doing 4-direction punch, starting facing sideways, 1, 2, 3. I think about what I'm doing. I'm delivering my fist directly into the target. Is this going to work? Yep, that feels pretty good. Then I do my low block. Somebody's kicking me in the lower abdomen. I have to know that. 1, cross, 3. Yes, that motion is going to block a kick. So do it slowly so you can feel all of the motions. Check that your crossing is correct. And also remember, when you're in this little space, if you don't have quite enough room to do all your pattern and your big stances, don't make short stances. It's a terrible habit. Do a nice big stance and then adjust your position and then do the next movement and then do the next big stance. Okay, go through your own pattern, slowly getting the movements right. If you have any movement you don't understand, unmute and ask the question. White belts, I'm going to work with you if you're unsure on 4-direction punch first, okay? Remember the easy starting point for 4-direction punch is punch, low block, punch, low block. So start with that. Do that for a little while. Make sure you're crossing for that low block. Peter, just watch your train tracks with your feet. Train tracks, nice strong stance. Big stance like a train. Better. And then when you punch, Peter, punch from your hip and go straight to the target. At the moment, your hand's coming in front of your tummy and it's kind of flicking out to the target like this. From my hip, it goes directly to the target with the elbow behind it. That's better. And change sides to the other side. Punch, low block. Punch, low block. The blocking hand is going on top, smashing 2 watches. Give me a little bit more cross, Peter. So from here, hands up, cross, block. So make it actually cross. The punch does not cross, but the block crosses in front of my chest. Watch the cross, Peter, a little bit higher. Cross a little higher in front of your chest, not in front of your tummy. Cross up here. That's better. You get a nice, big, powerful movement. Caitlin, think about your feet being on train tracks that are the width of your shoulders. So not narrow like this, like I'm on a tightrope. Train tracks. Train tracks nice and strong. When you punch, everything is nice and straight. Block, you can get a little bit of an angle. Okay.
Sir,
Tamisha.
at Chon-Ji, at the end punches, do you do like 2 punches at the end and then 2 punches backwards, like 2 punches forwards, 2 punches backwards?
Correct. So your last movement is your right foot forward and your right hand forward. 2 punches forward, 2 punches back. So your last movement's the right hand forward. Toby, question? Okay, Cohen, just watch this way for a moment. You're doing really well, so I'm going to get picky on you. So, a couple of things. Well, actually, one key thing that I want you to think about. We don't put our hands in the crossing position, hold them there for a while, and then block. Okay, so at the moment, you'll go like this from here. See how my cross is staying where it is? What I want you to do instead is to break this 2 count, 1, 2, into a 3 count. 1, 2, 3. So you pass through that cross and then block straight away without stopping. Okay, so from here, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so for your blocks, 1, 2, 3. That's it. And then just check that the other hand is coming the side fist onto your hip. You got to be a little bit high by your ribs, so make sure it's down on your hip. There's 2 things to work on. Just take your time with that. That 3 count, if you slow down, do it without power, it'll be easier to figure it out. And then you can speed up again. Okay, so just go Remember the 3 count of your sine wave. Down, up, down. And that matches to the 3 count of your hands. Okay, so if I'm going from here backwards, down, hands in front of chest. Up, cross, down, block. And we don't stop in the middle. Down, up, down. Down, up, down. Go. Julian, question?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Caitlin and Caitlin's mum. Time to move on to the next stage. A little thing first, Caitlin, when you're stepping forward, don't lift your foot up and stamp forward. Just glide it along the ground. Just nice and natural. Just glides it on the ground. Now, we're only going to do our feet. Hands on your hips, Caitlin's mum and Caitlin. I'm going to face the same way as you so you can see what my feet are doing. Right foot, big step forward. Now I'm going to pivot sideways. Not moving my feet, that's it. Now take the back foot and just make a walking stance with it, stepping back. That's it. That way we know which way to turn. Okay, because the short pivot's easy. Forward. I want you to try, this is wrong. I want you to try and pivot towards me. Try and pivot towards me. It's weird, isn't it? You know you're going the wrong way because it doesn't work. Pivot the other way. And step that right foot back. And forward. Pivot. Step back. Other foot, Caitlin. Just change feet for me, Caitlin. We'll get it next time. And forward. And then bring the right foot back to the middle. So it's the same foot doing all of the turning. If it helps you, you can get a little like 20-cent piece or a piece of paper and put it under your left foot and keep it covered. So no one can see my piece of paper, it's sneaky. What have I got around here that I can use like that? Nothing at the moment. Okay, so from here, 1 forward. Pivot, step back. Step forward. Pivot, step the right foot back. Forward. Check your train tracks. Pivot, step the right foot back. Yes, Caitlin. And forward. And buttle. Now we can do the same thing with the other foot. So now my right foot's going to stay exactly where it is and turn around in a circle. This foot's going to do all the moving. Forward. Pivot. Step back to your train tracks. Forward. Pivot. Step back to the train tracks, that left foot. Forward. Pivot. Step back to your train tracks with the left foot. Forward. And then bring that left foot back to the middle again. So you feel the right foot and the left foot are going around in circles. So just try that. Just do only the feet. Okay, Jax, Christian. Yeah, if you've got a question, Jax, you just need to unmute. Or you are. I haven't got a question. I was wondering whether you did.
I don't have a question.
Okay, can you show me Chon-Ji again? And this time I'll watch you and give you some feedback. Julian, work on those big stances I've been telling you about. Still got the little bitty ones. Make them big, big, big. Go, Jax. Cohen looking great. Good, Jax. Just take your time. Pause there, Jax. Stop for a moment. That last turn, you went the wrong way. So let's do it with me. Come with me. Okay, now say it with me. Left. Come back. The left foot goes left. I step left with my left foot. Left. That's it. Forward. Turn around. Forward. This is where you went slightly wrong. I go left now. So you're going to turn towards me, left. That's it. Forward. Turn all the way around.
Chon-Ji.
Forward. Now we change to our L stance for our block. Left. Left. That's it. Forward. Turn around. Forward. Left. So you're towards the back. Forward. Turn around. Forward. Forward. Back. Back. Chon-Ji. And then step forward to your spot. That's it. So if you remember left, forward, turn around, forward, left, forward, turn around, forward, that fifth movement, you're stepping left towards the camera. Okay, where you go. Peter, do you have a question? Or Jude's got a Toby's got a question. Come and ask Toby.
No, that wasn't a question.
It wasn't a question. Oh,
No.
Just exercising. Okay, show me Dosan. Come on, Tavisha, I want to see your pattern so I can give you some feedback. Julian, ask if you've got a question you can ask. Okay, Toby, pause. We'll start with those first few movements there, those first 6. Go back to the start. Now, movements 1 and 3, cross on top. On top. And do an eye level block. Go. Cross in front of, once more, come back. Cross in front of your chest, not in front of your tummy. So I'm not going like this. I've got to bring my hands up. That's it. Eye level. Go. Lovely. And then punch. Now, when you do this turn, look at my feet. Look at where my front foot is. Don't step back to your other foot. Just come in a little bit to where my heel is. Halfway. Then pivot and do my block. Go. Just a little pivot. That's better. And then punch. Now, when you do your knife hand guarding block, remember you've got to reach both hands behind you. So I'm going to reach both hands behind me. Go. Once more, show me again. That's better. Drop that elbow down though, not like this, because that doesn't block. Got to be down. Elbow in, elbow in. That's it. Yes. Now turn your hand. Good. Now do your thrust. Go. Pause. Finish your walking stance. This is full facing. You should be here, not like this. Okay. Finish here. This is movement 6. We finish movement 6, then we do movement 7. Okay, where you go. Now release. Yes, that's it. Good. Good. And come on. Okay. Peter, do you have a question? You've got your hand up.
Yes. I was just going to ask if you could do the move again.
4 direction punch.
Yes.
Okay, absolutely, Peter. No problem. Just grab a drink, guys. I'll be with you in a moment. So, remember, one foot turns in a circle. The other one just spins around. So for the right side, I punch, stepping forward. Then I pivot and step back into my low block. And then punch. And then pivot and step back and do my low block. Punch. Pivot. Step back into my low block. Punch. And when I've done 4 directions of punches, I finish because it's called 4 direction punch. So it's got 7 movements. And then I bring that same foot back to the middle. So my left foot only turned around in a circle. And then when I do the other foot, this foot's only going to turn around in a circle. Punch. Pivot. Step back and block.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it? Cool. Okay. Anybody else got questions? Okay. Now, just come and sit down for a moment. Many of you have got this book. Make sure you read it and do your homework. So for those that have just started, now, Peter, I know you haven't got yours yet. I'm going to get yours to you once we get it out of lockdown. So don't you worry about this just yet. From here, I'll show you, Peter, where I want you to find what to do. Okay, I'll show you somewhere else you can use in the meantime. Make sure you're reading through your book, and then there is homework for each grade. If you are new, do the first 2 sections. Do the yellow one and the green one. Okay, do the yellow one and the green one. So, oh, actually, sorry. No, I'll say sorry, slightly different. Do the white one and the yellow one. My mistake. White one and yellow one. Okay, for the first book. Now, those of you, of course, who are yellow belt, you've got the gut syllabus handbook. Go to your grade and make sure you're reading through all of your material and you know it, all of your fundamental movements. Adults, of course, you should have this book. Everything you need to know for your grade is on the inside cover here. Now, this book here you need to buy. We don't download this one. Or no, but actually, sorry, Miss Tina Ann, you should get one of these when you join. Unless you receive one that's got a white top and a blue bottom, but you should get a book when you join. It just comes as part of your joining fee. Once you finish this book, then you buy the next one, but the first one comes included. On this page, it has everything you need to know, and then reading through the material, you've got all the techniques and stuff and photos of everything you need to know, showing you all the crossing, all of that sort of stuff. So if you haven't got one of those yet, ma'am, ask Mr. Dugan. He'll let you know where it is. And I expect Caitlin will get this one. So Caitlin's probably going to get the big one. You'll get the little one. Now, Peter, in fact, everybody should know this. I'm going to share my screen and show you. This is our website. You found glendowie.com. There we go. glendowie.com. Under members, we have syllabus sheets and resources. Julian, shh, keep your noise down. Okay, we've got syllabus sheets and resources here. There are 2 really useful things on this page. The first one is this syllabus sheet. It's just a document that has a list of the stuff you have to know. It's got it in a table, so as you learn it, you can go, yeah, I know that, I know that, I know that. And then later on, you can get your instructor to check it. Okay, so white belts are 10th gut, yellow stripes are 9th gut, and yellow belts are 8th gut. Okay, so download that page and then check that you know everything on the list. In the syllabus videos, we've got videos of all the stuff you need to learn. Okay, at least these were done in lockdown, so the partner work material is not here, but for white belts, it's got everything you need. So here's a video for all of your fundamental movements, front rising kick, front snap kick, middle punch, all those sorts of things. And then there's one for forward direction punch and forward direction block. Okay, so you can watch those videos. Yellow stripe, it's also got 3-step sparring alone. Yellow belt, you've got the 3-step sparring, although it's not filmed with a partner as you have to do it. So that's under glendowie.com under your members, syllabus sheets, and resources. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, quick stretch. Now, adults, you'll need a bigger stretch than this. Ma'am, are you comfortable doing your own stretch routine, or did you want me to do a routine with you? If you're comfortable doing a stretch routine, thumbs up. If you need help, do a thumbs down. Thumbs up. Okay, so we'll just do a kid stretch. Stretch up nice and tall. Cohen, could you stay on after the call for a 2-minute chat, please? Some feedback for you because you're looking awesome. Okay, stretch up nice and tall. Hang down to the ground. Open your legs out. Julian, one thing for you, I'm really impressed that you know all the commands for starting and finishing class and your tenets and your oath. That's really, really good to know that. Awesome. There is a difference in the title for different grades. So Mr. Dunningham is a Busabum and I'm a Sahyun. Okay, so the first degree to third degree is Busabum Nimke, means face assistant instructor. And then fourth to sixth degree is Sabum Nimke. And then seventh and eighth degree is Sahyun Nimke. So Mr. Dunningham is Sabum Nimke and I'm Sahyun Nimke. Awesome. Really impressed that you know that. Everybody, of course, should know the oath. The tenets and oath. Compulsory for everyone. Okay. And standing up, one leg behind. Pull your heel back. Push your hips forwards. So try and grab your ankle if you can, not your foot. Take some pressure off your ankle and your knee. So grab your ankle rather than your foot. And change. I do, however, when we do the commands at the start of class and the end of class, I mute everybody because otherwise the echoes and stuff get really messy. So I'll mute you when we do the commands at the end. And shot, tidy up. Okay, now, just a couple of tips for people for the patterns in particular. White belts, 4-direction punch and 4-direction block. Remember, the easiest way to remember the turn is just pivot. And then you can't turn in the wrong direction because it's really awkward to pivot around this way. If you need me to sellotape your leg to the floor, that might help. Bit of Velcro, stick your foot to the floor and then try and do it. Okay, so imagine it's stuck to the floor and I can't move it. Yellow stripes, a tip for you. So Jax, Julian, you guys, remember, nice big steps. When you're doing your turns, you've got to use your sine wave. Go down and pivot around, then rise up and come down. You'll get one sine wave rather than going down, up, down, and then turning and doing another sine wave and doing two sine wave. You only want one. So you go down, up, down. And you control that with your back leg and your hips. Okay? And then make sure you're landing with a nice width in your stance. So that's for yellow belts, practicing that backward step turn. Yellow stripes, practicing the backward step turn. Yellow belts, your trickiest movements in Dangun are Sang Pomak Maki and the continuous motion movements in 14 and 15. Make sure you practice those separately, okay? So do lots of practice just doing this because it's a really tricky movement to get to remember, to make sure that your hands finish in the right place with your front elbow bent so you're protecting your body. So if you're sitting down watching Netflix and you got some space, just do this on the couch, just to get that muscle memory. Okay, so Aaron, just watch that the bottom hand doesn't go downward, the bottom hand goes across, just like a guarding block. That's it. And then your timing 14 and 15, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay, it's a full sine wave. 1, down, up, down, 2. Where's Toby for Dosan? Remember movement 6, finish this movement nice and straight, then do the release. Okay, don't go from movement 5 straight to movement 7. Okay, from your knife hand guarding block, thrust like you mean it, and then someone grab my hand, release, pivot, smash. Okay, that's the first thing for Dosan. The second thing to remember for Dosan is that spot turn. From here, I bring my foot, here's the line where my heel is, and my center line, we're at the middle of my body. that forms a cross on the ground. I step on that cross. And when you step on that cross, Toby, don't turn sideways yet. Don't turn sideways. Keep pointing on an angle, just naturally, like this. And then I pivot and smash the movement. Okay, so be careful when you're doing this movement. You don't turn and then block this way. I'm still kind of facing this way, like half facing. And then pivot and block. Okay, so they're the 2 tips for dosa. Okay, thank you, everybody. Chin up. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 5. Thanks for coming, visitors. Actually, awesome to see everybody. Kill me. Takwa. Hassan. And Cohen, just hang around for a bit. Just wait for everyone to stop.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.